and I know it's like to set about achieving it. So, Mike Tyson, 53, 55-year-old, and Holyfield's nearly 60, if they want to do this, this is their choice. Let them do it. Because, you know, we could say, oh, no, don't let them do it, whatever. But at the end of the day, they're their own men. They know the risks. They know the responsibility. I say if they can pass medicals and they can pass all the brain scans and all that, healthy and fit to box, then let them box. George Foreman was 44-year-old when he won the World Championship. How can we ever consider having an older world heavyweight champion if they're not given the opportunity to?
Yeah, but there's a difference between them fighting exhibition and them coming to compete.
Those were the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury as he defends the idea of Mike Tyson and other older fighters coming back to the ring and fighting seriously for the title. And he made a good point with George Foreman. George Foreman was 45 years old, 8 months, okay? So in 4 months, he would have been 46, okay? So you're looking at a guy that people didn't take seriously. A lot of people didn't take him seriously at that point. They just thought, well, he's tough enough. He's good enough for an older man. He's good enough for a guy that, you know, can be a gatekeeper, so to speak, for other fighters that's coming up, you know, especially at that time. So I look at that for what it was. George Foreman was that guy. He was that gatekeeper. He was that guy that people laughed at with the pot belly, the punching preacher. You guys remember that? But I do. I was a kid at the time, but I remember when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore and became the oldest heavyweight champion in the world. Okay, so it can happen. And what Tyson Fury's saying is, well, hey, well, how will you ever know if you don't have the opportunity? And he's absolutely right. These are grown men. They've been here before, you know. And the thing that stuck out, what Tyson Fury said the most is if they can pass the medicals, the scans, okay, the brain scans. See, if they can pass those, understand that, they can pass the brain scans. That means they're clearly logically knowing what they're doing. They're cognitive of what they're doing in the ring. If they can't, maybe they might be thinking a certain way and they took too many punches to the head and they just want to go back in there and they're not thinking straight anyway, and they can't pass the brainwave scan, okay? So they shouldn't be fighting anyway because they don't have that capability of thinking correctly on what to do from right and wrong and what is good for them or not. So I think that is very important because this is your computer, you know. So if something's loose up there and you're 60 years old and you know I want to go fight, well, no, that's maybe not the right idea. Maybe somebody, you know, broke something up there, and if that wasn't broke, you might have made a better decision. But anyway, what Tyson Fury said made a lot of sense. You know, of course, me counterpunching that, you know, nobody wants to see anybody hurt. George Foreman was a durable man. He was made to box. A lot of people are durable enough to take shots. A lot of people are not. Okay? I think and I feel, honestly, anybody that has any type of punch drunk syndrome should not be boxing, and especially when they're retired. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be boxing anymore. At all. Does Mike Tyson have that? No. Does Evander Holyfield have that? Yes, he does. And I don't think they should be fighting. But that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury's comments defending older fighters fighting for the crown. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.